Hey everybody, it's Miss Brothers. Today we are going to learn how to set up our table of contents in our interactive notebook, also known as the INB, and we're also going to work on making sure we get the pages properly numbered. Now if you open up your notebook, you'll notice that you have your front cover and you have your first page. The first page is always the table of contents, so you can go ahead in the lower right hand corner and go ahead and just put a number 1 there, because page 1 is always going to be your table of contents. Now, if we open it up to the next page, one thing I want you to understand the concept of is that if we have these two pages laid out, we have a left-hand page, goes with our left hand, and a right-hand page that goes with our right hand. And the way that we do this is that our left-handed pages are always even numbers, and our right-hand pages are always odd numbers. And so we've done that already by setting up our table of contents, which is a right-hand page, and setting it up as number 1. So when we number our pages, I think it's a good idea when you number your pages to only number maybe 10 at a time. That way, if you make a mistake in your numbering, you won't have to go back and then just, change like a bunch of pages. So let's go ahead and get our pages numbered. So here, like I said, here we have page number 1. In the lower left-hand corner over here, we're going to put number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and we're just going to go as high as number 10, because again, if you try to number all of your pages, let's say you're going to number them all the way up to 100, and let's say you make a mistake on page 48, that means you're going to have to go back and make all of those changes, and we don't want to do that. So just number them maybe 5-10 pages at a time, and then you can just keep doing that throughout the entire school year. All right, now let's go ahead and set up our table of contents. Now again, you guys, we set up our table of contents is always on page 1. And when it comes time to add more pages to the table of contents, I'll teach you how to do that. But for now, really, it's pretty straightforward. You want to take a straight edge, okay, and go ahead and just draw a line right down the middle, okay? And above that, just write table of contents so that everybody that opens this knows that this is your table of contents. Okay. Again, your left-hand pages are over here, so we're going to label that first column as left-hand, or just left, and we're going to label the other column as right. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that you can better see the book, and you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just number my pages along these two lines. So again, remember, you guys, our left-handed pages are always even numbers. So when I set this up, I'm going to set up page 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And on the opposite side, now because page 1 is my table of contents, and I know that, I'm just going to go ahead and start with numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Now the idea here is that each time we add something new to the table of contents, you are going to tell me what it is that we've added and the date that we've added it. That way, in case we need to go back and look for something, you can just quickly go to your table of contents, find it in your table of contents, and then quickly turn to this. So for instance, the first thing I'm probably going to give you to put in, or the first thing I want in your interactive notebooks, I want this to be your safety contract. So once you get your safety contracts signed and back to me, you're going to tape them into page 2 of your notebook. So then when the time comes, you'll turn to page 2 in your notebook, which is right here, and then you'll tape your safety contract right there. Now, one of the expectations I have for you in this class is that you are continuously updating your table of contents. When I grade your notebooks, one of the things I will be looking at, and one of the things you get graded for, you do get graded for keeping your table of contents up to date, because it will help keep you organized. All right, that's it. That's the numbering and the setting up of the table of contents for your interactive notebook.